Hello everyone, Kenty Tiger here with Bengali Engineering and Play. We are back in No Man's Sky having a little bit of fun. And so this is going to be an interesting episode, not only because we're continuing on in really the first Traveler quest line here, or what I'm calling a quest line. As you can see on the screen here, locate the crashed freighter is actually our objective. So we're pretty much picking up right where we left off. The interesting aspects here are, right now I've got my computer tasked with doing a whole lot of stuff. So I'm uploading, I'm downloading, I am processing video in the background here, which is actually good. So I don't know what's gonna happen here. I'm tasking my little 12-core CPU here quite a bit. So we'll see what happens. The other interesting, more gameplay aspect is, obviously I'm back home. I brought the controller off the ship, so I have basically an Xbox controller, and plugged into the PC here, and what I'm having to do is relearn all the commands. Have not played because of really the last time I was underway and did not have my controller. I relearned all the keyboard commands. Now it's been a couple weeks because I've been underway, and I actually did not play any No Man's Sky while I was underway this time. It was a bit more busy. My colleague was on shore; he's on leave. I was running solo for this last mission. So I was a little bit of a busy camper. So anyway. The fun here is that I'm going to be pushing buttons that I didn't mean to push, which could have dramatic, disastrous outcome, which might be funny. Otherwise, I am literally relearning how to play this game by way of I have no idea what buttons to push. So, having said that, we are back on task here, and hopefully we're going to locate the crashed freighter here. Let's see, and I'm literally having to figure out, okay, how do I launch? I need to launch. Press right trigger to take off. I suppose I can read the screen, can't I? Crashed freighter, and I have no idea if the freighter is on world or off world. Apparently off world. Okay, so I got the camera, I got my controls here, so we are literally trying to figure out EQ boost. So I'm definitely going to have to get used to playing with a controller again. I really did very much enjoy playing with the controller. I kind of like having everything in the palm of my hand. I just feel like I have a lot more control, but having said that, because I am currently a bit Okay, so right trigger is boost. Phase beam, rocket launcher, phase beam. Wow, roll right, roll left. Button right, button. Initiate fire weapons is an A. Okay. Gotta learn everything all over again. And strangely, there is no mapping for the pulse engine, so okay. Which actually kind of makes sense. Whoa. Okay, where are they? Where are they? Threat. Where is it? Where is it? Right, so scan. There it is. Just thrust a little bit here. Alright, back on track here. Again, I'm totally having to relearn how the heck to fly with a controller. So boost. What I want to do is get somewhat next to this thing before I really start diving onto the planet. I kind of like coming straight down on it because I don't have nearly as much fuel consumption and everything, and I just end up, right on it. Alright, so boost. Really sluggish. It's just again because I have to relearn how to fly using So I'm cheating. I'm using a little bit of both here to myself. Start point. Sentinels, aggressive, sporadic grit swarms. Log damage, partial records available, read log. I do not know who will read this message. I do not know if anything will survive. But I must die as I lived. I will record it all, even in the face of oblivion. So A is the continue. The swarm came to every world. The drones acted erratically, not attacking, just watching. Time passed and the sentinels did not seem so much of a threat anymore. They were peaceful now, we thought. We had been forgiven. We were wrong. And continue. They struck as one, an attack somehow coordinated across unfathomable distances. With a fury exceeding all prior skirmishes, the Sentinels annihilated all biological life within the universe in a span of 54.2 standard minutes. Only I remained. The Korvax stood with me in the end, to their credit. They concealed me within their flotilla as they headed towards the center. Continue. They are coming now. The screams of my friends resonated in every hall, every corner. The sentinels have found me. I told it Nada to leave, told them what they already know, all of us in our hearts. We are not alone. Even if I die, even if all that is left of me are these words, Nada will find me again in another universe. 10 just like me, 1,000, 1,000,000 travelers. We are not alone, for every soul is many. Even in the face of 16, we must declare that we lived. We existed, no matter the horror of the end. They are at my door. And then only option is leave. So I guess we do that. Okay, so activate the holo terminus is the next. So speak to null. Right, trigger. Take off. Oh, darn. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, there has got to be a forward thrust button here. Strangely, there isn't. So I guess we have our keyboard maps as well. Thankfully, as I discovered originally, the keyboard mappings as well as the controller maps work simultaneously. It's not an either or. You can use both simultaneously, that is. So I'm definitely happy for that, and that has not changed. So the downside here is how far away is this? 19 seconds. Caution. Pull up. Oh, terrain. Pull up. And for those of you who don't understand that reference, in a lot of automated flight controls, such as on modern commercial aircraft, there are verbal warnings to the pilots. Oh, well, and triggers damage. The hell? Alright. Advantages and disadvantages of using the controller. Right trigger. Alright. So really, I just wanted to scan. Really annoying. Oh, I guess I've already been here. Interestingly enough. Alright. I do remember some of the controls here. Hyper terminus, or holo terminus, sorry, activated. Multiple signal sources available. The tower hosts a powerful transmitter, blah 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 blah. We've seen all this before. Speak to null. Interact. What did you find out there? Tell me everything. Share discoveries. I tell Null of the freighter in its recordings how I spoke of a world where the Sentinels eliminated all life. Spoke of a world. Huh. Kind of sounded more universal. Leaving only a signal traveler and a Korvax entity by the name of Nada. I ask whether this individual is my friend or the name, or if the name is a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence, traveler. The Atlas is with you, I am sure of that now. It wants you to see what you are seeing. There's a paradoxical statement. We don't know what we don't know. That freighter was a wreck from a parallel universe. There are countless such places within our multiverse, dimensions where things happen differently. But there are three expectations to this. Oh, exceptions to this, sorry. I can't read. The Atlas is omnipresent in all, a singular being with a singular perception. Okay. That is a directly contradictory sentence, which I'm sure they didn't actually intend. Omnipresent, omni, all directional. Present would then singular perception would definitely not fit within omnipresent. Ask about the Sentinels. Sentinels move between dimensions at will. Alright, so let's ask about the Sentinels. The Sentinels search for anomalies within the universe, preventing destruction and loss of life where they can. That they annihilated an entire universe, well, and now we're back to world versus universe. Well, something must have gone quite wrong for them to do something like that. They served the Atlas once. They were defenders of civilization, guardians of peace. What went wrong? It was the travelers who corrupted existence. Our arrival was meant to herald a glorious age, but we made a terrible mistake. I committed an act beyond forgiveness, and from this deed, paradise was lost. But something is different in this cycle. The walls between universes, they grow thin. We must learn what we can from each species before we decide what to do. Visit a Viking station and speak with them. I will translate. For all their bloodthirst, the warrior race have a nobility of spirit. If you have sufficient reputation with them, they may tell us what we need to know. I really kind of wanted to know about the Atlas, but I guess you don't get to do that. So left trigger is my, what is this called, my visor. The visor, the right trigger is speak to the Mercenaries Guild representative. Find guild representative on board space stations. Alright, well, alright, so discoveries. So I'm really looking at everything. 6 of 8 species discovered. Alright, I didn't get the first one, but I got the second one. That makes a whole lot of sense. Alright. So I definitely need to come back here and discover, or rather attempt to discover, inventory button. Okay, so that's my starship. Force deactivated, not
Hostiles approaching.
So I was gonna do my inventory. So I have titanium, I have zinc, I have armadium, nanite clusters. Sorry, I know all this is really boring stuff, but I'm having to I know I could sell this somewhere, but you know, I really so titanium. Alright, so, Mercenary Guild. The interesting thing about a hostile environment, which this whole system is somewhat of a hostile environment here, which is kind of strange. Alright, so space station is up this way. So let's boost, get back into space, roll almost to the 90-degree point here. Oh, pulse engine is... Okay. Read the screen, right? Pulse engine is... There we go. The left and right buttons simultaneously will activate the pulse engine. Don't know how to deactivate the pulse engine, but come on now. Uh-oh. Could have dealt with that, but got in there. Well, hopefully. Mercenary Guild. Let's talk to this guy. Talk to Lieutenant Yank. Yaz. Conversation is a waste of time. Waste it again, and I shall kill. Yeah. It is clear that I am yet to make a sufficient impact among contracts for the Mercenary Guild 303. Technologies. Okay, I've done a bunch of used to these controls here. Alright. Yeah. Missions and their associated rewards. Browse missions. So Alright, so this is a Mercenaries Guild mission. Damaged item, long distance delivery, and deserter. So my guess is that's going to be a merchant guild. No, I don't want that one. Low-level pirates. This should be low-level pirates. Why wouldn't this be a mercenaries guild? I looked at this one, Merchants Guild, right. Potential location details received. Return to your ship and leave the station. There it is. Oops, that was unattended. Right over him, but come on. Right. So here's the single pilot or pirate things. I don't know what's going on with the game, but definitely not locking on targets here. Remember the controls being quite so wonky. individual. Kind of time consuming. I have good shields. Okay, maybe we'll just abandon this whole idea of a controller, because this is wonky as shit. A planet within a planet? Is that what that is? Down this planet or not. Kind of. Unending sunlight. Well, it doesn't say discovered, so I'm presuming. Dare I do that? Presuming. That's a busy place. Okay, what mysterious thing are we going to need? Interloper gave my word of silence, but for interloper will break word. What is my honor worth to you? Indicating that they are not who I am looking for. They have recently seen a target, but mine that the fugitive was in rather a hurry to leave. The life form transmits navigational data to my exosuit. Alright, so I have a very finite period of time, 4 minutes. Needless to say, I cannot dawdle, but let's see here. Here we go, and here is my download. Conscript. I am Viking. Looks like you found me. Gra. Client has been searching for this individual for quite some time. I am surprised given the relative ease with which I was able to find them. Perhaps there is something else at play here. I should transmit their location and leave. I do not need any further part in whatever business is occurring here. Yep. Kind of wondering what the decline would be. That might actually be kind of fun. Alright, we'll actually look at the... Ooh, that's kind of a neat looking one. I bet it doesn't have the slots that mine does though. Rising Insight. That is a kind of cool looking weapon though. Terrain Manipulator, 15 slots. Alright, back to my ship. Space. And then, in this case,
Hostile scan detected.
oh, let's yeah, I pressed the down button, but oops, I didn't really want to browse the missions. I wanted to hand in missions. That one. Mercenaries Guild has increased. So there's one of 3. Standing with the Viking. Huh. So I guess there really was only one at a time here. That's kind of browse missions. That's kind of damage on predatory creatures. What is this one? Mercenaries Guild. Alright. Merchants Guild, so don't want that one. Fleeing people, also Merchants Guild. I don't understand why that would be a merchant. They locate a missing person, raid a planetary harvester. Merchants Guild. That's going to be explorers. Oh. That is just... so most of this stuff is merchants. Okay, so out of all of these, I have the one hunt predatory creatures. Real predatory creatures, 0, 1. Well, simple. Back to this one, couldn't I? So, information, discoveries, this planet, on a common, unpredictable, an insect eater, but I did discover that the insect eaters, ideal planet, but I guess I'll make the best of it. Look at that. Or arrive in 1. So I guess we'll just go this way. This was not the ideal choice of planet. There is only a singular predator here. Finding that predator may be a singular type of predator rather here. Somewhere down in the hole, I guess. Oh, it's crater. Oh. Oh, darn. Wrong one. quicker.
Hostiles approaching. Warning. Sentinel drones activated.
Where is it? There it is. Oh, I missed the drone. Shot the trees, missed the drone. Wow. Okay. Vegetables. Okay, well, I kind of lucked out. Got what I was looking for. Now I can either cheat and recall my ship, but I do want to save just because. My ship is off this way, or I could cheat and recall my ship. Come on. Fall in my own hole.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Another freighter. My freighter vanished. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Because I had a very large inventory. I mean, in truth, I could just get another freighter and hack the snot out of it, I guess. Get everything back that I had. Creature, turn that one in. Get browse missions. Eliminate advanced sentinels. Is a mercenaries guild. Alright. So, destroy sentinel clock. So I only have to destroy one of them, which is actually really kind of easy. Trick actually is going to be finding the right planet. Let's go there. Sentinels typical. Sentinels aggressive. Alright, so that's the ideal planet. Oymuridim. Alright, well that's gonna be, not that one. What's this planet? Oymuridim. That's one there. Pulse engine offline until we clear the station. So the intention here will be to land somewhere. Let's go down here. Probably don't really have to go that far. Because the Sentinels really are kind of everywhere. So I picked the one place on the planet which has no sentinels. You hear them? I hear them.
Hostiles approaching. Warning. Sentinel drones activated.
Okay, so we need to escalate to a level 3. Meantime, I'm gonna shoot any little critters here. Oh, sorry. There we go. There's level 2. You gotta keep one of them alive, otherwise a little circle comes all the way around. They'll start transmitting, and then we will escalate to a level 3. So we have escalated to a level 3, and it says elite unit. There it is. And we're gone. There's that one. And there's there. Alright. So that's the one I wanted. So,
Levels stabilizing.
Okay, so this one should be my third mercenary thing. So turn this one in, that should be 3 of 3. Missions, advanced sentinels, mercenary guild has increased, so that should be my 3 of 3. Does that say 3 of 3? Patterns in time. Speak to the mercenaries guild representative. So in this case it wasn't actually about your standing in the guild, because my standing in the guild is silly, but rather the missions What do you want from us? Null wished for me to visit the Viking and learn what I could of the Atlas, the creator of all universes, the Sentinels, rebellious hunters of anomalies, and the travelers who committed some unforgivable act long ago. Travelers must be aided, the travelers must prevail. Ask why this is so. They repeat their words. Enemy, destroyer of worlds, servants of fire. Any being that claims to be a god and is not one. Progenitor Herc knew this well. Battle, brother, now did not. They died for a false dream. The Viking tells me of their history, the wars with the Gak of Korvac slaves and tyrannous empires. The Viking suggests that if the Atlas of a god, then it is insane. I'm about to leave when I notice something on the Viking's terminal. 2 digits blinking endlessly. They feel familiar. Ask about the 16. Interloper, what face are... The Viking is visibly pained by my mention of the numbers, staring at their terminal as if they have seen it for the first time. Their words slur a strange sound entering every sentence. Okay, that's not very helpful. The question is, can I talk to this particular one? Nope, can't do any more. I kind of wanted to ask about the other things. That's a little disappointing from the perspective of, you know, I kind of like getting information. So when you can literally only ask one set of questions and then everything goes off world, that's kind of it's not so neat. So, we're about at the, well, a little over the hour mark, and I apologize for that, but we are pretty much at a good stopping point here because we continue on. In fact, let me get over here to the log and we can see where it is. Speak to the Explorers Guild representative. Okay, so now I have to do Explorers. Well, I guess that's tis the way of this particular mission, I guess, is going through and doing all this stuff that you've already done. So, anyway, I think, again, good breaking point. So this is Kenty Tiger signing off, and we will catch you next time.